Hello everyone and welcome to a LINKA quick start and unboxing setup guide for LASSO Series 8, Series 10, 10M, and 10XL. So this should be a very straightforward setup process. First thing we want to do is make sure we download the LINKA app. Once the app is downloaded, if you haven't set up another LINKA device before, you'll automatically see this Add New Device screen. If you've previously had a LINKA app, you'll see your previous locks that are deviced, and then you can just press the plus button up there to add a new device. So now that we have the phone set up and you're all logged in and registered, let's go ahead and open up this LASSO product. So you'll receive it looking something like this. It's in very simple cardboard packaging. This one has been previously opened, so we're just going to kind of demo how it looks to open it. So you have a layer outside. When you open up the inner craft cardboard, you're going to see the lock, 3 tie downs to kind of protect the lock during travel and package and shipping, and then you have a bubble bag back here that has the charging cable. So why don't we go ahead and start unwrapping these tie downs. Once the tie downs are removed, we'll just push the packaging out of the way just to kind of allow us to stay focused here. In this case, you heard that sound. That's because it's awake already. Must have pressed the button. So, but if it wasn't awake, we'll press it to wake it up anyway. But just a quick overview. Basically, you have an LED here that's going to tell you what the status is of the lock, some more information. For example, blinking blue means it's broadcasting Bluetooth and it's waiting for a connection. This is going to be your main button. This is your only button really that's going to be used for all your activities. And here's your waterproof magnetic charge port that we'll walk through charging shortly. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just set that up first? The first thing we want to do is charge this thing up. Ideally, it should take 2 hours, but we recommend setting it up to charge overnight. We already took another charger out so that we can just demo this a little bit faster. So here's the charging magnetic pogo cable that you will receive. A lot of people might wonder, well, why is this, something unique? Why don't we use USB-C or micro USB? Well, we really thought about it. We wanted to give you the easiest thing possible, but in reality, if you have a USB-C out in the field, anybody can jam a screwdriver in it, damage it, and all of a sudden now your lock is useless after the first charge. So we wanted to prevent that, number one. Number two, if we put a rubber cap to protect that port, that rubber cap could fall, could break, can damage, and then at that point you don't have any waterproofing anymore. So the purpose of this port is for its waterproofing values and for security values. So that's why you want it this way. That's it. So in terms of charging, we're going to want to keep the cable facing this side. Once you connect it, the magnetic part connects. And when it plugs in, you hear that sound. And then you also see that the LED is red when it's charging. So we'll charge that, let that sit overnight, and then begin the setup process afterwards, or we can do the setup right now. Okay, let's go ahead and begin the setup now anyway. We'll pull the charging off, assume that the lock is fully charged, and we're going to go ahead and press Add New Device. It's going to ask you if it's a Leo 2 or a LASSO. We're going to pick LASSO. It's going to ask you to make sure that the Bluetooth is active on your phone. We do that, then we're going to come over here and press a button. When we press it once, it immediately starts connecting. Please make sure to keep the lock and the phone within 1 meter, and it'll start connecting faster. Now it says connected. And the next thing it'll do is ask us to set up our Phoneless Access Code, which is our PAC, aka our PAC. This is the code that you would use if you do not have your smartphone with you, or your smartphone battery dies, or you don't have a smart motion key, and we'll talk about smart motion key later. If you don't have any of those devices and you have an emergency to get access to this LASSO lock, then this is what you need to do, is set up your Phoneless Access Code. We require it set up first so that you always have an emergency exit. It's a 4-digit number, generally something similar to your bank PIN code or something like that, something that you can easily remember, and it doesn't have too much repetition. So, and what I mean by that is you cannot do 1111 or 4444 for the reasons of overly simplified approach. So in this case, we're going to just call this one 1212. Obviously, you can go anywhere between 1 and 9. We don't recommend doing 9s because that's just going to take you way longer, and it's more likely to cause issues. But use this with caution. Press next. Now it's set up. Great. Now it's set up. That was it. Now it's connected. It's giving you a little graphic here that shows that you can just plug it in together to lock up. So let's kind of go through that demo. Grab both ends. Sorry. We plug that in. We see a 3 red LEDs. an audio sound, and then we show in the app that it's locked, and it turned red over here too. To unlock it while it's connected, we can do it two ways. We can just simply press here, and once that's done, we unlock. We're clear. We're going to test an alternative way by actually pressing this button for 1 second while it's connected, and it'll unlock. So that's how quick and easy it's going to be for locking and unlocking. Also, you can change the name of your device when you're in here. So once you kind of receive the product, it'll say Lasso 10. Then you can call it whatever you want when you get it paired for the first time. So in this case, it's Lasso 10. So that's pretty much it. That's how you're going to lock and unlock this device. It's going to be pretty straightforward. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.